Okay, let's do a quick walkthrough of the FreakFlare mobile app. And first thing we're going to do when we open the app is it's going to want to scan for devices, but we got to turn the devices on first. So I'm just going to flip the switch on the device, which is right next to the USB charging port there. And depending on the device, the type of device, we've got a couple different form factors. That switch will be in a little bit different position. So let's get 3 devices running. Scan for devices. We can see there's 3 devices here. Let's go ahead and just connect to all of them. And then we'll move over to the preset screen once we're connected. And the preset screen, we're going to see a little card up top here for all of the connected devices. And we'll see a checkbox inside each one of those cards. And if we want to send commands to a device, then we will check that checkbox. And then we can send that device commands. Like I'm adjusting the global brightness on that center device there. And we can do the same for multiple devices at once and change the brightness to all of them simultaneously, or change any other setting to them simultaneously. And then we've got a bunch of default presets in here. Like here's a scanner. We get basically a dot that goes back and forth across each side of the device. We've got different pulsing effects. We've got different rainbow effects. There are effects that are dependent upon the orientation or the movement of the device, like this vector pulse. It is looking at a gravity vector in order to determine the color of the device. And then the pulse speeds up depending on motion of the device. So if I drop the device like that, you'll see it pulse a lot quicker. And then any of these settings, we can go to the advanced menu. We're going to get a little warning here, like this, the first time we go there, and then we can adjust settings for any of the modes on the devices. There's 3 layers. There's 3 composited animation layers that stack on top of each other. So let's set up like a cool. Set a rainbow base layer, and rather than a solid, let's use a rainbow chase, and then let's increase the brightness a little bit. There's actually a separate brightness setting in there for that. We can change the direction that the chase goes around in, and I want to set the blend mode to normal since this is our first layer of color. And there, so we've got a nice little rainbow chase layer. And we've still got the pulse active, which I kind of like. So we still get that pulsing effect when the devices are moved. I think I like where the pulse is at right now, but I think I also want to add a sparkle. So we're going to add this sparkle layer here. And I kind of like where some of these settings are at, but maybe I want to send I want to make the color black. Alright, so now when these get dropped, some of the... Oh, interesting. Okay, so we didn't... If we do white, is it... There we go. So we see a white sparkle show up on the strip. I think it's going to be a little easier to see if I dim the rainbow further. If I dim the rainbow to here or so, then we look at that sparkle. It's going to be a bit more apparent. Or if I change it to, whoops, keep that sensitivity lowish. And let's try a bright custom color like a cyan kind of a color. Let's see if we can... There we go. So the little sparkle dots that we see on the devices are now cyan. And as before, any of these settings we can change per device as well. And once we find something we like, we can create our own custom presets. So if I go back to the presets page and go to the My Presets tab, we'll see that one that I just added. So let's get rid of this. We'll go back to the purple scanner and then we'll come back here and apply the one that we just created, and there it is.